I think it's important that students have ready access to literature. Stephen Krashen at USC said that adolescents will read if books are within arm's reach. If they have to go beyond their arm's reach, then it's too much work and they probably won't pick up the reading material. So I have lots of books representing lots of diverse cultures in my classroom. And I make sure my students travel to the library and we're within arm's reach as we travel down the shelves. It's important for students to have access to lots of different kinds of literature for many, many reasons. One is because it helps break down stereotypes and helps them realize that there's a universal human inside each of us, that we have so much more in common than we have that's different, and to appreciate people who are different from us and who we might be afraid of on some level or who we might hate on some level. So it kind of builds some bridges. I think it's critical that students have literature that reflects their own experiences, their own cultures, and their lives. My students are urban, poor. Our community is very, very violent. So it's important for my students to see that they're not alone. For my immigrant students, it's important for them to see that other students have immigrated and become successful, that they can see other students have suffered the same traumas that they've suffered and have been able to survive and to prosper afterwards, and what to do in order to reach that point. For my students who were born in the United States from Mexican parents, perhaps, or immigrant or even parents who were born here but they have Mexican heritage, it's important for them to see the amazing history, the amazing richness of their culture and have it validated. When so often it's speaking Spanglish or code switching, using a mixture of Spanish and English together when you're speaking to your peers or you're speaking to your family is a really endearing thing that oftentimes bilingual people don't see valued. It's put down so much. When my students read a novel where that code switching happens and it's intelligible to them, it's in print by a recognized author like Rudolfo Anaya and Bless Me Ultima, then it validates that what they're doing is valuable and that it matters, and they shouldn't lose that ability to do that. When I was growing up, I never read a book by a Chicano author. And it wasn't until my graduate work, and I took a Chicano studies, Chicano literature class, that I saw all this literature laid out that reflected me and my life, and it kind of validated that, yes, I belong in graduate school. And yes, I should have gone on to college despite what my counselor told me in high school. He said I wasn't college material. And yes, I should continue in this battle to make sure that all students are exposed to lots of different types of literature, but especially my Latino students and my English learners and my immigrants are exposed to powerful, powerful literature that reflects their experiences, so they know they're not alone in the world and they're not the only person who's had to overcome the same obstacles.